Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. Before we get started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to some of our friends. The Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. Search for them on Facebook. Central Minnesota Pond Racing. Search for them on Facebook. The historic Lancaster Motel for the ultimate Eastern trail riding adventure. Crane's Snowmobile Museum at 172 Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. The Vintage Snowmobile Club of America Quarterly Magazine. The New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum at Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown, New Hampshire. If you decide to advertise with the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, this could be your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of vintage snowmobile entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers who are stopping by to check us out tonight, thank you so much for dropping by. I hope you have a good time with us and decide to join us here each and every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We simulcast to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you. To our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones that make this possible. You put the wind in our sails to keep this thing moving forward. We very, very much appreciate that. We do have a comment coming in. Let's take a look. Here we go. Reese Fleury from Tupper Lake, regular viewer. Reese, we're going to be looking at some of your images tonight. Reese was kind enough to share some images with me over the last week from the show he went to, and we're going to be looking at that here in just a few minutes. Oh, also our friend Michael Carvela. A good evening, Mike. Sounds good. He's a regular viewer, and we thank you so very much for being on. Cool deal. Well, let's bring Rob on here and get the party started.
Hello, Mike.
Rob. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's your weather there?
Getting kind of shaky. It's been warm.
I'm in short sleeves again.
Wow. That's crazy. It's been a crazy winter, I'll tell you.
Yes.
Crazy on the mild side, not on the wild side. But we've got another couple of comments that have come in. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler say, sounds good from Plattsfield, New York, regular viewer, and hello to Mike and Rob. Cool deal. And we've got someone on Facebook saying, hello, loud and clear from Sudbury, Ontario.
Now they have snow.
Oh, they do? Wow.
Yeah. Yes, they got snow. The lakes aren't safe there, but they got a lot of snow up there.
Nice. So that's the
I
place
got
to go.
32 friends who went up there today.
Wow. So I think for people who want to do some serious snowmobiling this year, you have to trailer to get to where the snow is good.
Yeah.
For sure. And then also, Rob and I were very pleased last week with all of the audience interaction that people had, making comments, asking questions, and also sharing information about either snowmobiles they had or events, upcoming events. We love that. And if you guys want to do more of that, this is the place for it. If you've got a sled for sale, post it in the comments. As long as it's related to vintage snowmobiles, it's fair game here. And then we've got Alan Gove saying, good evening from New Hampshire. Good evening back. Cool deal. All right. Well, let's take a look here at the menu tonight. We've got item number 1. Reese Fleury, as I mentioned earlier, sent me over 100 photographs from the Great Eastern Whiteout, the Vintage Snowmobile show he went to this past weekend, the 11th, in Fulton, New York. There were so many images there. I was good enough to make 3 different video clips. Pardon me. I've got a catch in my throat tonight. Enough to make 3 different video clips. We're going to be looking at the first one tonight. Let me cue that up here and we'll take a look. And thanks again, Reese, for sharing these images with us. Let's take a look and see how that show is going. And we are back. Thanks so much to Reese Fleury for those amazing images. Anything jump out at you, Rob?
I don't think I've ever seen a snow jet with the engine crossways, the pipe sticking out the front and one out the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like those ski whiz. There was quite a few of those. And
Yes.
There was like a 10-horse Elan in there, it looked like, with a stinger pipe sticking out on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody looked like they were dressed really warm, but I didn't see any snow on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Not much snow. It's
Yeah.
that kind of a
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think what it was. I think it was one of the ski rolls where they also had a mannequin on it
Yes.
with the suit, the match, and the helmet. I like it when they do the whole complete collection and a caboose to go behind.
That's nice. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I like. If I was a judge, I'd be picking something like that where the guy's got the whole complete collection.
Yeah. That's good to impress the judges, I would think.
Yeah, yeah. They
For
have quite
sure.
a few race machines sitting there.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And I like that line of ski rules they had. I like the snow jets. There was a line of snow jets, those TNTs early on, maybe 73, 74 TNTs. That's one of the
Yeah.
nicer looking sleds that it made over the years, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then the late 70s blizzards.
And there was
Yeah.
3 of them there where they had the years marked on it. That 65. There's 3 of them. So like a lot of people don't know what year that machine is. That's really good when people walking around. They can get
Yeah.
more information off the board they have in front of it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice. For sure. And we do have comments coming in. Let's see. We've got Dominic Anthony Kane saying hello from Michigan. Also, he's got a link in here. Oh, that must be, yeah, there's a show coming up, the Nobbinway show, February 17th and 18th. And there's a link in the description. So look for that and check that out. That's supposed to be a good show. Nobbinway, Michigan. I believe that's the one put on by the museum up there. If I'm wrong, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's the show that they put on every year. Randy Borchardt, I'm sorry, is saying the 245 that was for sale looked sweet. That must be that yellow one. Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Well, cool. So yeah, we are on. Let me get back to the other screen here. We're on item number 2. Time for some announcements. We're going to give a chance for Rob to talk to us about Amsoil, and then we've got a couple of events to talk up real quick. I'm going to put you full screen, Rob, if you're ready, and we'll please tell us about Amsoil.
Sure. Amsoil is 100% synthetic oil. They have a complete line of oils, right from engine oils, diesel oils, compressor, hydraulics, and the snowmobile line of oil. And by becoming a preferred customer, you can buy everything directly from Amsoil and save 25% on everything. You order $100 worth, they ship it right to your house free. And every time you order 100, they give you a $5 coupon. On your birthday, they give you another. It costs you $10 for a membership for 6 months, and after that, it's $20 a year to renew it. And within 6 months, if you order $400 worth, you already got your $20 just from gift cards from Amsoil to pay for your membership. So your membership could be free. So why buy from a hardware store where you can buy directly from Amsoil, have it shipped right to you? And you don't have to buy a full case. You can mix and match. Say you want 2 bottles of small engine, some of Sabre or Snowmobile oil or chainsaw oil, and some oil for your car. You can buy 4 bottles of that, 5 of that, to make your $100 order for you get the free shipping.
Yeah, it's an amazing value. And in most cases, that $10 investment that you make, you're going to save more than that on that first order.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a link in the description. If you click that link for the preferred customer program, there's just a couple of clicks to sign yourself up for that preferred customer program. Then you can browse the website and start ordering. And anything you select to add to your cart will be at the deepest level of discount. And once you get up over $100, you're getting free shipping. It's an amazing value. Yeah.
And I just got some Amsoil mechanic shirts in, Mike. Why don't we do a question and see if somebody can figure out the answer?
Go ahead.
We'll everybody gets the answer right. You can put their name in a hat and you tell me who to send a new shirt to.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay, with the Daytona 500 being on, there's a lot of snowmobile racers that's also raced. This weekend, the Decker family has a daughter racing. Chuck Decker's daughter is racing in the ARCA race on Saturday. And a couple of years ago, Alan Decker had Claire and Paige, both of them racing in the truck race down there. We want you to guess what snowmobile racer moved up the highest level in racing.
Good question. That's an excellent question. I bet that's going to stump some people.
Yeah.
But cool deal. So the 3, go ahead. Yeah.
While you're working on the answer next week we're going to do what racer from the other series also race snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to reverse it next week.
Nice. Reverse engineer.
So that's going to take some homework to figure that one out.
Nice. Very cool. Well, good. Yeah. So if you feel like you have an answer to that, please post it in the comments, and we'll select someone to give a shirt just like Rob is wearing as a prize.
Yeah, yeah. They got some nice pockets on it. Big Amsel logo on the back, is there?
Oh, look at that. That's embroidered too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. Very nice. Cool deal. Well, yes, let's see. We've got a couple of events to talk about as part of the announcement section. Our good friend Josh Leviker is one of the organizers of the Whiskey Jack Show. That's coming up next Saturday, the 18th. Starts at 9 a.m. and that's in I think it's Constableville, New York. And we were going to have Josh Leviker on the show tonight, but something has come up. We're going to have him on here eventually, but it's just between his schedule and mine, it's just a challenge to get things happening. But we will get it happening. He's got some amazing show and tell that I think you're really going to like. Also, March 4th, Saturday, March the 4th, Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're going to have the 3rd annual Great North Woods Vintage Snowmobile Ride. So look forward to that. There's a name and number at the bottom to contact Ray Lacasse if you have any questions about that. And then also, the Midwest Ride-In just happened this past a couple of weeks ago in Elk River, Minnesota. They've already got a graphic up for their next event, next January 26th and 27th. And they're going to have a theme. It's going to be back to the 80s. So they're going to have some 80s sleds. Of course, all the usual sleds as well, but they're going to try to lean a little heavier on the 80s sleds. And that looks like that'll be an awful lot of fun. So trying to get the word out now. So if you have 80s sleds and you're in that area, think about bringing those by. And we do have a few comments that have come in. Yes, okay. Dominic Anthony Kane confirmed for me about the Nobbin Way show. In fact, I'm going to pop that link again one more time. Nobbin Way, Michigan, February the 17th and 18th. They're having a vintage snowmobile show there at the Nobbin Way Museum. And somebody's saying Jacques Villeneuve. That's not an answer to your question, is it?
That's good.
Okay, cool. And then Reese Fleury says he's wanting a shirt. Cool deal. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Cool deal. And okay, Roger Cormier says Gilles Villeneuve.
That's a better answer.
Okay, cool. We're getting closer. Good
One
deal.
was IndyCar and one was Formula One. I think Formula One gets up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Armin Buto says hello from Pittsburgh, New Hampshire. Cool deal. How you doing, Armin? Nice. Well, cool.
Surprised somebody didn't pick Tim Bender, who went to NASCAR.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, good call for sure. Cool deal. So we are on item number 3, and I have to say we have an embarrassment of riches here in that a lot of viewers are sharing images and footage with us. So item number 3 is some footage from Dirk Seams. We looked at some still images he sent us last week. I put those into a little montage with some music under it, kind of what we just looked at from Reese. But he also sent me some video footage too. This is from the Midwest Ride-In in Elk River, Minnesota. It happened on January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Let me cue that up, and we'll take a look here. Yeah, right here.
Well, we got a little slightly modified Skidoo there, independent suspension. Hard to believe this thing is in the vintage class, but 1997 925 mod, triple cylinder, which is the these are all of the custom Ultimate Builder. Here we got a 4-cylinder Arctic Cat. 1970 Hearth. Some more customs back here. Looking old Skidoo, polished up. 1968, 600. The carburetor's wedged in there kind of uniquely. Here we got a wheel horse complete with the saddle. That's kind of unique. Doesn't look like he spent all day buffing her up before the show, but for uniqueness, it's got to be right up there. Oops, excuse me. It's like a super turbocharged hair blower edition on this one here. The wow, that's a unique one there. I guess it used to be a Skidoo at one time. It's got every kind of piece of hardware on there you can think of. Looks like it's all for show though. Get into some regular snowmobiles over here, or closer to it. Boa ski with the ski spreaders. I was going to say independent suspension, but it's a long boa ski. Looks like a Lemo version. You got a Scorpion with ISF. I'm not even sure what that started out as, but actually kind of a neat looking little snowmobile. Says they started out with the 1966. That's quite a custom job, no doubt there. Well, let's see, we'll head on down the line here a little bit more. For the cutter division, the sleds. I don't know if these are restored or if these are just well taken care of. The old Panther, that looks like it's original. So a few more cutters down there. Go over here, we got some little bikes, mini snowmobiles, 120s. Wow, they've been around long enough now. This is a 2000, so pretty good shape for a 2000. But the kids must not have run that one into a tree yet. We got some little predecessor to the I don't know, to some of the little bike ones. This is a Sears 1980. Haven't really seen one of those before. Must be all the little mini snowmobiles, the Yardman Snow Cub, and that's unrestored, 67 and newer, that lineup. Snow Tamer, tiny little thing. More Boa skis. Looks like we got a Snow Pony, possibly highly modified. What does it say about this? It says it's a 250 Snow Pony. Huh. Whoops. Oh, got two engines. That's
when I talked to the owner of the company,
that's a pretty good trick there. I guess they're maybe linked together as one motor, but
basically a knockoff. If you ever look at the two next to each other, you can see there's differences, like the rolled edge on the running board rolls up on Snowflake, and on this one rolls down. Crab handles in the back are round versus this squared off design. The hood's a little different, shape. I've got one Snowflake too.
Yeah, some truly unique sleds there. Anything catch your eye, Rob?
Oh, I've never seen a sled show with a category like that, where people take a vintage and make it custom made.
Yeah, that one with the stovepipe sticking out of it and everything, and
yeah,
they had some truly custom stuff. Some nice race sleds, a good mix of everything.
yes, and some of those guys put a lot of time into making some of those.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'd never seen a class for cutters before at this show.
Good point. Yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah.
Especially the one where the guy put the mannequin in it. I like that idea.
Yeah, that is cool. For sure. And I also want to give, that looks like an amazing show. So I want to give a shout out. I popped the graphic earlier, but I'm going to pop it again. This is their promo for next January's Midwest Ride-In. This is out in Elk River, Minnesota. They're going to have a theme, and that theme is going to be back to the 80s. So they're going to be having some 80s sleds. So if you're in the Midwest, that's definitely an event worth checking out.
Yeah, and the guy doing the announcing did a good job.
Yeah, Dirk Seams. Yeah, he did a great job talking that up. And thank you all. I don't know if I thanked him at the beginning, but thank you, Dirk, so much for sharing that footage. And he's got some more footage he shared with us also, enough to go in for a couple of more weeks of installments. So we thank both Dirk and Reese Fleury so much for sharing images and footage with us. That is amazing. And we're going to look at some more here in a moment, but we do have comments that have come in. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. Reese Fleury says that 68, that 600 is a rare bird for sure.
They really built that in 68, put a 600 in?
I don't know. That seems kind of a big engine for that time, but
yeah, I thought it was too.
Yeah, but who knows? But yeah, and then someone else is saying that 68 600 TNT is the holy grail for sure. Stacy and Art Fosler say must be scary to ride in those cutters. Yeah. Get a little speed going on a bumpy trail. Whoops, we lost one.
That's what they got the T cap. That's what they got the King cap for.
Yeah.
What was Artie Cat thinking when they came out with an engine like that? Like that was available for people to buy take their kids out for a ride on.
Yeah.
That wasn't just a race machine. The average person could buy one of those.
That's amazing. A lot of power there.
Yep.
Yeah. Unreal. Well, cool. Let's see. So we're on item number 4. And I'd mentioned last week how they have the Washington Snow Flyers in Washington, Vermont have an event the first Saturday of every January. This year it was the 7th of January. I had intentions of going there, but something came up and I couldn't make it. But thankfully, my brother Brian lives not too far from there. So he went and he was able to take some still images and some video. Now, last week we looked at the still images that he sent. I was able to put those into a montage with some music, and we enjoyed that last week. Now we're going to take a look at some video footage that he got. So let's cue that up. Yeah. So thanks so much to my brother Brian. That's some amazing footage there. I was able to experience it vicariously. But anything jump out at you, Rob?
Hooked on snowmobiles now too?
Not as much as I am, but he certainly enjoys it. He enjoys the memories from back in the day because we used to snowmobile as a family back in the day. And he has memories of that, wonderful memories of that, as do I.
Good.
Yeah. So it was really nice of him to go over there and do that. Yeah. Well, cool. And we do have some comments coming in. Oh, yes, that free air drifter. This is Dominic Anthony Kane. That free air drifter is awesome. He might have been talking about that green one. If it is, there was another one there too. But Mark Bristol, a good friend of mine, owns that green one. It's a custom paint job there. He wanted to go with the Kawasaki green. And then we've got, someone else saying, love those snow jets.
Yeah.
And then Oh, here we go. This might be an answer to your question, Rob. So NASCAR driver Dick Trickle was also a professional snowmobile racer in the 70s.
Yeah. There was other ones.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool deal.
Yeah, I didn't know he raced. Yeah. But there's
Nice.
other ones who also raced. The ones I was thinking of.
Sure. Well, why don't we do this to give people a refresher, and also in case people are just joining us, do you want to pop that trivia question again? To
Okay,
refresh
we
people?
were talking first about this weekend's the Daytona 500, and one of the snowmobile racers' child, Decker family, his daughter is racing in the ARCA race on Saturday night. Natalie Decker is racing, and Alan Decker also had two children, two girls, Claire and Paige. They both raced 2 years ago in the truck race. So the question we had today was, what snowmobile racer climbed the highest ladder in the racing category?
Nice.
Yeah.
And we've got an answer that's come in while you were saying that. Stacy and Art Fosler say Al Unser.
And there was more than one of them.
More than one. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll keep working on that. And yeah, that's a great question. And also to people viewing this, we love your comments, questions, the interaction. Especially the interaction we had last week was amazing, with people posing questions and offering comments and suggestions and ideas, and also posting information about upcoming events. And also, if you've got if you've got a vintage snowmobile for sale, please post it in the description along with the contact information and all that. As long as it's related to vintage snowmobiles, it's fair game in the comment section. So do keep that in mind. It's a great place to post snowmobiles for sale and things like that. So let's see. We are on item number 5. This past weekend out in Newport Center, Vermont, they did a vintage snowmobile show. It was hosted by the Country Riders and the Tatro family. And I went out there and did some live coverage of it. You may have seen it Saturday, but in case you didn't, we're going to take another look at the first few minutes of it right now. Let me cue that up.
There's Robert right there. He's the landowner. So let's take a walk down these sleds. We're going to be doing interviews with some of these sled owners as we can catch up with people, and then we've got some other people that want to talk to us. So we've got a full at least hour or two planned here. Got some nice blizzards here. Now, last year we were filming this particular blizzard, and we were asking the audience what year we thought it was, and this is a 79. The tag on there says 79. And these blizzards, here we go. Someone's excited. This blizzard, all three of these are owned by Doug Matten, I think. I'll check the other tags to be sure. These might be someone else. Let me see. Andy Matten. So these must be family sleds. These are some beautiful blizzards. So this one is a 79. These two are 1980, the 9500 and the 7500. I think we've got an EXT back there. How you doing? Good, you? Oh, thank you. So yeah, I've got an EXT. I'm thinking early 90s. If anyone's viewing this, make a comment. What do you think? What year do you think that Prowler is? Or EXT, I'm sorry. But they had a Prowler around the same time that looked very similar to that. We've got a Yamaha Enticer. I don't think it's Enticer Larry's. If it were, he'd probably want to jump this whole line of sleds. And who's to stop him? Got a Spitfire. Now, there's a really cool story behind this Spitfire. Looking forward to hearing that. We're going to catch up with someone a little later to hear that story. And then these sleds here, the Merc and the Rebels belong to the Rups. One of them is a Rebel, but these belong to Ray Parento, a good friend of mine. I've videotaped these on numerous occasions, with the exception, of course, of this Mercury. That's a recent acquisition, so I have not had a chance to hear this backstory on that as to what's going on with that sled. But he's stepped out, but he's going to be back, and I hope to catch up with him for the story on those. And I'm fooling around with my gear here, trying to get situated. That's why the camera's bouncing. Give me one moment here, and I'll be situated, and we can go on with the program. Okay, so these are Ray Parento's sleds, these Rups. Beautiful machines. And this is a recent acquisition as well. I think last summer he got that, and I've been to his house to record commentary on that. It's a very impressive sled, as are all his sleds. He's a very impressive collection. And then we've got some of the Bristol sleds. They're mixed in here, but this is let's take a look. This is Mark Bristol's sled. 71 Arctic Cat Puma Z. Only 96 of these made. Beautiful shape too. Now we've got a modern Renegade. And I want to try to catch up with Mark Bristol. He owns this sled. This is a very limited production prototype sled. He's got a story on that to tell us. I'm going to try to catch up with him at some point. This is the Presidential SST. And if I remember correctly, the way he told me, it was a prototype for how they're going to do the 76 TNT. And they gave it out to some of the executives to see what their feedback was, and they gave feedback and made changes for the iconic SST that came out in 76.
One side of the whole thing is
Panther.
the other side is right now.
So this is a 68 Panther. That belongs to Lucas Bristol, who's standing right there. He's talking to somebody, but we'll catch up with him in a little while for some stories on these sleds. And this is a racing sled with a lot of history. This belonged to Steve Fenoff, who won. This is a very winning sled for him, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I will try to catch up with Lucas for the story on this in a little while. And Brian Barnard owns this 1980 Kawasaki.
So are these the only two sleds that we've got there?
Ooh, just lost my footing. Even K9s like Vintage Snowmobiles. How about that? He's going to take care of business over there. Yeah. So we got some John Deeres, a lot of John Deeres here today. An interesting story about John Deere's. As I said earlier, we were on the Tates Row property. At one time, this was a John Deere dealership, I think back in the 70s, and they used to sell, if I heard the story correctly, I think they used to sell John Deere snowmobiles right here from this location. And these are some older rear engine sleds and antique sleds. Let's see. Reggie Field, 1964. Beautiful, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You have sleds here today?
No, I don't have them.
No? All right. We're live, by the way, if you want to wave. Cool. Nice to meet you. We'll just come around the outside of here. Real early Ski-Doo here. Thinking early 60s. 65, all right. That's a beautiful shape. I don't know if this belongs to Reggie Field as well. Dan Field, same family, I would imagine. Got an older Snow Sport by Rupp. This is a 68 Rupp GT300 owned by Reggie Field. And I was speaking with him earlier. He's agreed to interview with me, so we'll try to catch up with him for an interview. Looking around trying to see where he is. But got a whole lot of people we want to interview today. We're just getting started, by the way. If you're just joining us, we are just getting started. This is a 64 Polaris Snow Traveler K12. I believe this is the one he climbs Mount Washington with. We'll have to ask him when we catch up with him for an interview. This is a Voyager, I believe. Snow Traveler Voyager series. 64, yeah, Danfield. Yeah, Danfield. And we've got a Moto Jet over here. Very cool with that bulbous headlight. Cool seat too. Looks like kind of a ski slope with a jump or something. The iconic chaparrals. Remember these from back in the day? Very nice. Oh, I wanted to see who this belonged to. Scott Peck, Motojet, 1970 or 71. And then a chaparral SS 440, 1972. Kelly Griswold owns this. Very nice. I remember these back in the day. Just make a little adjustment here with camera. Okay, we're back in business. Then we've got a Raider. Okay, love the twin tracks. Kenny Griswold, 1972 Raider 400. Something. Was this Kenny or Kelly? So it's Kenny and Kelly Griswold. I wanted to make sure that wasn't a typo or if my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. Another Chaparral. Kelly Griswold, Chaparral 340 Executive from 1971. That's in sweet shape too. Look at that. Then we've got a Pantera. This looks like 79-ish or so. I just saw them pull in. It's usually a his and hers Pantera couple that come in.
Cool. So there you have it. Footage from the Newport Center show from last weekend. Anything jump out at you, Rob?
I've never seen that Motorola one, the blue one.
Oh, yes, with that funny headlight?
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
makes it?
I'm not sure. I've only seen pictures of that. I think that might be the only one I've seen in person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
and
was
then,
nice. And
Polaris rear engine one, you said he climbed
Mount Washington.
He climbed it with that.
Yeah,
Really?
it's the highest peak in New England.
Oh.
And those things when they run like they're brand new. They purr like a kitten and they move right along. Just they're not real fast, but they putt along real nice and smooth. And I got a nice extended interview. We did a deep dive with both Reggie and Dan, his father and son, that own those 4 or 5 machines that were there. We get some great stories on that, which we'll have on a future edition of the podcast.
So when he climbed it, was he going up a groomed trail or was it a back road he was taking up?
Good question. They've got an auto road that goes up, and so they go up the auto road.
Oh yeah.
But there are sections of the auto road where the wind either drifts over the road or the wind blows the snow off of the road. So now it's exposed asphalt, and those wooden cleats just won't grip on that exposed asphalt.
Yeah.
So there are quite a few challenges, even though it's a road, an auto road. There's still some challenges, and in some years they're not able to make it to the top. But yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a few different models of those rear engine Polarises and stories for each one, and yeah, very cool. Let's see, we've got comments coming in. Here we go. Some more attempts at the question. Jacques Villeneuve and Al Unser. And then John Spranger Jr., a good friend of mine, says Dick Trickle raced Ski-Doo and Yamaha.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, thank you, John. And one of these days, we're going to have John on here as well for some show and tell. He's out in Elam, Wisconsin, and going to have him on here sometime for some show and tell. But another person on Facebook said the Puma Zs were fan-cooled, but came from the factory with the EXT free air porting. Very rare. Cool. Good information. Yeah, I appreciate everyone sharing information like that and commenting and asking questions. And yeah, that is really nice. I love the interactivity of this type of a format where we can do a live podcast showing videos and talking, and people can engage with us. That just makes it so much fun. It's almost like a little community. So yeah, very cool. So let's see here. We are on item number 6. 2 weekends ago, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I went to the Crane Snowmobile Show in Lancaster, New Hampshire. One of my favorite shows, one of the better shows in northern New England. But of course, it was about 25 below zero with not a high wind, but a moderate wind. So the temperatures were not good, and they only had a fraction of the turnout of what they normally have over there. But we had a good time just the same. And we're going to look at some footage from that. And in this footage, we meet a couple of friends of mine. If you're a regular viewer of my videos and the podcast, you've met them several times in the past. The first is Mark Bristol. He didn't have some sleds there, but he was there looking around, and we had a quick visit with him. And then also my friend Bud Gordon. He hosts a lot of shows in central New Hampshire. He's also involved in the New Hampshire Snowmobile Club in Allenstown, New Hampshire. I'm sorry, not the Snowmobile Club, the museum, the New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum. Sorry, I'm having a senior moment here. They seem to happen more frequently here the older I get. But anyway, let's without further ado, let's take a look here at that footage from the Crane Show, and we'll meet these guys. Hello, friends. Today is Saturday, February the 5th, and we are here at Crane's Snowmobile Show at 172 East Main Street in Lancaster, New Hampshire. It's well below zero, probably 15 below or so. It's not as windy as yesterday, but there's still a breeze. I was talking to Paul Crane yesterday on the phone. He said the show must go on regardless of the weather, and as you can see, it is. We've got only a fraction of the turnout that we normally have. Needless to say, the people who are here are hardcore and serious about it. So let's walk around and meet some of the people. I see a few people that I know. We're going to walk around here and say hello. We're here at Crane Snowmobile Museum, by the way. There's over 100 vintage snowmobiles inside the museum. And we've got the exhibitor sleds outside. How you doing? Good.
Nice day out.
Yeah, I love these tropical breezes, huh?
Yeah.
Snow row. I don't think I've ever seen one of these. Do you have sleds here today?
Huh?
Do you have sleds here today?
He's got two runs and a snow twister.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I have to get him to talk those up.
Yeah.
So this must be an early Scorpion. I'm going to put a shadow on it here. Yeah, very, very cool. Remember these Polaris TCs? These were advertised that you could put them in the back of a station wagon. Kind of a, not a mini size like a kitty cat, but not a full size sled either. It's kind of something in between. Very nice. I almost think this is Jason's trailer. This must be one of his. I know he likes Polaris. Let's see what it says on here. Oh, we got a snowmobile going by. Jeff Mower owns this from upstate New York. Cool deal. Yeah, I don't see these very often, these Polaris TCs. And then we got an old Johnson. Larson, I'm sorry. My apologies. This Larson is made by Polaris Industries from a 66 Mustang chassis. Just made a new reformed cowl and painted this color and Larson decals for Larson Boat Company. 1 year only for this sled model. Polaris also did this again in 1968 from a Colt chassis. Very interesting. Interesting they've got that brace by the ski spindle. I'll get in close on that here in just a second. But I also want to see that cowling, that custom cowling that he's talking about in the note there. Check out, they've got kind of a brace around the ski spindle there. Very interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, how's it going? Not much. Good to see you guys. What's going on, man? Nice to see you. Happy New Year and happy all that stuff.
Today, huh?
Yeah.
No gloves today.
No. Do you guys have sleds here today?
No.
No. Yeah, it's damn cold.
We weren't
Huh?
gonna do it. We did Rutland one year when it was like this, and it was no fun.
Yeah. Do you mind if I have you on camera? Cool. Cool. Yeah.
No
Crazy.
fun at all.
Yeah, for the people viewing, Mark is a regular at most of these shows. Him and his son and grandsons show up at most of these shows with sleds, mostly Arctic Cats, and they take a lot of trophies home.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal today, though.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wind hasn't died down yet. Oof, yeah. But, oh, I've got something for you. A DVD and an Amsoil catalog.
Oh, thank you.
In fact, I'm going to give you two, one for Lucas as well.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. You've been on camera with me many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually building a 73 650 Thunder yet.
Really?
Yep.
Similar to this?
1 year newer.
Okay, yeah.
So it's got the wedge shape.
Yeah. And
We traced it back to racing at Eagle River in 73.
really?
Yep.
So it's got some history to it.
It's got some race history to it. We know the driver's name and all that good stuff.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we only started with the tunnel and the skid, and we're at the point now where we've got all the parts. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a full-on restoration.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
probably.
can't wait to see that. You have to keep me in the loop on that.
Yeah. We'll post some pictures. And I think next week we might get the powder coating the tunnel.
Yeah. Sweet.
Skis are all done. Skid is all done.
Yeah.
But next year it'll be ready, I hope.
Sweet. Yeah, you'll start bringing it out to shows.
Yeah.
For the next season, yeah. And maybe even the fall show in Bethlehem, with any luck. You
We
think
should
it'll be ready by
at
then?
that one.
Yeah.
Should be at that one.
So similar to this, but a year newer. Very cool. Now, being a 650, it wouldn't be a little single cylinder. It'd be a big honking engine under there, huh?
Yeah, it's a twin, and it's
Yeah.
offset to the side, just
Yeah.
like that. The hood is more of a wedge shape.
Yep. This is Bud Gordon's sled, by the way. He brings this to a lot of shows. Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, we'll share it with you. Maybe we can get you to do a podcast on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to do that. Bring it on live.
Yeah.
Definitely. Ooh, that wind is something. It's taking my breath away.
I think there's a couple shows this weekend, next weekend, right?
Yeah, Newport Center, Vermont.
More center than there's one in Andover, too.
Oh, really? New Hampshire?
Yep.
Wow. Which one are you going to?
I'm probably going to go up to the Derby one.
Yeah, me
Race
too.
one of that one, so I'm going to go.
Good. Yeah, I'm going there too.
Yeah. It's close for you, right?
Yeah, oh, very close, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing video over there. Yeah. That should be a good show. I had a nice turnout last year. It was this cold there last year,
Yeah.
and there was plenty of people showed up, and it's right on the snowmobile trail, so a lot of trail riders see it, and they stop and want to check out see what's going on, you know?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I plan on being there.
Sweet. Well, cool. Well, I'm going to walk around here and see the sights, but it's good to see you. I'll catch up with you inside.
Mike.
Yes. Thank you. How's it going? Oh, it's Bud. Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
I should have known with a snow jet hat. Sorry, I got my hand going. Cool.
Yeah.
It's Bud Gordon.
Got my face covered up, I know.
Yeah.
Kind of cold out here.
Yeah, it is a nippy day.
Yeah.
Now, this is your sled.
Yeah, that's my 72.
Sweet.
It's been restored. That one was run hard, put away wet years ago. I rescued it from the basically trash.
Wow.
It was bad. It was real bad.
It sure looks nice today.
Thank you.
And you have this at a lot of shows.
I have. I
a nice
finished that
presentation.
one probably 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. And you're doing good? You having a good winter?
Yeah.
Good.
So far. I mean, if we could get some snow that we could keep and ride,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I was out in Bear Brook yesterday with a friend, last weekend with a friend, and the water bars were horrible.
Oh, really?
The snow itself was good, but it's just, you couldn't go anywhere. There's just, bare ground everywhere, the water bars.
Yeah, yeah.
But, it was, at least we were riding.
Yeah.
That's something.
For sure.
Yeah.
And things are going.
You been riding?
Not at all. Not even yard riding. I keep meaning to, but so much going on.
Yeah.
Because now we've got snow. I could yard ride if I wanted to. I'm going to get this going by. But I've just been too busy. Yeah. But things going good with it.
That's what I like about these shows. You see them all.
Yes. Nothing's too fancy. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And things going good with the museum?
Yeah, we've been doing some renovation. Well, I've been doing some renovation work there. We're building some shelves to get sleds up off the floor.
Yes.
Try to get a little bit better organized.
Sure.
Because we've got the rally coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So trying to get some of that stuff done. We've had an issue with the chimney. We're not going to be able to use the fireplace
Oh, wow.
again this year. So we've had a couple inspections. We're trying to get an estimate for rebuilding it. But,
Sure.
That's not going to happen.
Not in time for the show. Yeah.
Well, because that's got to go through the state.
Sure.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
We might see it in 2030.
Yeah, exactly. It takes a while for federal money or state money. I'm sorry. Yeah, state money. Crazy.
So, we'll see. But we got the rally. It's looking good. And as long as we don't get too much warm, at least we'll be able to do the ride this year.
Yes.
Because we got a couple of loops there that were very good. There's no water in them.
Nice.
So that'll be nice for people to be able to ride this year.
You want to do a shameless plug for the ride and for the show and for the museum? Or?
What's that?
Do you want to do a shameless plug for the ride and the show and the museum?
It's 2 weeks. It's on February 19th, Sunday. We got the Gloucestertown Club cooking the food again, and of course we've got our usual contest. We've got the loud pipe for different stock, twin, single, awards for each of those categories. We're going to have the slow sled contest and the one pull contest. So come on down and have some fun. Ride around, check out the museum, see what's going on. So that's February 19th. That's Sunday, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And show runs from 9 to 2.
And that's at Bear Brook Museum?
Bear Brook, yep.
And that's Allenstown, New Hampshire?
Yes, it is.
Look for it on a map?
Yep.
Or on a Google search, you can
Yep.
find the museum and the state park?
Yeah, I just go on. You can go on our website, NewHampshireSnowmobileMuseum.com.
Yeah.
Everything's on there.
Nice. Sweet deal.
It's a good time.
For sure.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Are there any notable sleds here today? Or?
At Bear Notch a couple of weeks ago.
Really? How was that?
We had about 40 sleds show up.
Yeah.
It was good. We got lucky. We had just enough snow the day before. They got out and groomed, and it was beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
The only problem that we had was you couldn't use the railroad track, so we couldn't do the big loop.
Yeah.
But we did a short ride up the Notch Road and back, and when we came back, we picked up the stragglers. They came in late,
Yeah.
and we went over to the restaurant to eat our lunch, and then we went on our next ride.
Yeah.
So we did about a 62-mile day.
Wow, that's
It
a
was
good loop.
Everybody had a great time.
Good.
I thank the people that showed up. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Cool, yeah. Now, is this your Kawasaki and Snowjet as well?
These are mine too.
Sweet.
Yeah. That one came out of New York. That one had only 600 miles on it when I got it.
Wow.
Guy bought it with an Intriga for him and his daughter to ride, and she really had no interest in it. And
Yeah.
so he parked them out in the backyard on pallets under a tarp, and it was in pretty sad shape when I got it, but it cleaned up nice.
Yep.
So I'm happy with it.
Wonderful.
The Snowjet was built out of old soft parts.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, a buddy of mine found the chassis in the rafters at Snowcats over in Vermont.
Yeah.
So he brought it home to his friend who was a dealer down in Connecticut. And they picked stuff off the shelf and put it together. That actually, the engine in it was mine. And I gave it to him. He rebuilt it. That's the only thing on it that's not new, is that engine.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's cool. Gotta love a sled with a story.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's cool.
the sled that never was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's cool. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm going to walk around a little bit, but I'll catch up with you, man. Yeah, good seeing you.
See you, Mike.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
So here we go. That's what was going on 2 weeks ago at the crane show.
That looked cold.
It was, yeah, for
I
sure.
could
That
hear
wind
when
was
you're
just
walking
enough.
around in your boots.
Yeah, and that wind was just enough. If you're facing the right direction, it would almost take your breath away a little bit. Yeah. But the nice thing at Crane Snowmobile Museum, most of the people were inside. They had a little corner back there where they're cooking hot dogs, hamburgers, chili, stuff like that, and coffee and hot chocolate, stuff like that. So most people were inside, but that makes it a nice place to have a show like that, because when the weather is uncooperative, at least there's an option to go inside, and everyone was inside socializing and everything.
Have you video inside there yet?
Oh yes, yes, yeah. In fact, I'll have to send you a link privately, but also if you scroll down on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, the Vintage Snowmobile Lovers Facebook page, you have to scroll down a ways, but you'll find the tour of Crane Snowmobile Museum. In fact, if you do a Google search or a YouTube search for Crane Snowmobile Museum tour, it should come up.
Oh, okay.
And definitely worth a look. Oh, and then the other thing I wanted to clarify too, we were in Lancaster at Crane's Snowmobile Museum. That gentleman, Bud Gordon, we were talking about, he's involved with another museum, the New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum, which is in Concord, maybe an hour or so away. So I wanted to make sure people weren't confusing the two museums, thinking they're one and the same or anything like that. But two really good museums, by the way. We're definitely worth a look if you're in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
But and I had a feeling you might like that snow jet that Bud has, where he's got it on that pedestal with the mannequin on it.
I like it when they do a display like that. Yeah.
For sure, that's a cool look.
Yeah, they go just a touch overboard.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and he takes that to a lot of shows, and he wins a lot of trophies with that. He does well with that.
Yeah.
And let's see, we've got comments coming in. Here we go. Reese Fleury says Jeff Mower and Ed Stab sleds. Impressive lineup. Yeah, that Polaris TC was Jeff's. All of those, most of those sleds on the right side there at the very beginning of that video. Those orange sleds, I believe those were Jeff's and Ed's.
Yeah.
And Ed Stab, by the way, is a board member for the Eastern Snowmobile Racing Hall of Fame. He also is the organizer for the Boonville Racing Series, as well as the VSCA event they had in drawing a blank here, having another senior moment. Old Forge, New York, this past summer, he organized that event. And I believe Jeff, I don't want to leave Jeff out either. I believe he was involved in all of that as well. I'm not sure of the exact details of his exact involvement, but I'm pretty sure he's involved with that as well.
The weather's a little nicer in the summer events.
That is nice. Yes. Walking around in shorts, and
yeah,
that is nice. Everything's a trade-off. In the winter events, you can ride the sleds, but in the summer events, you can walk around in shorts and,
yes.
And yeah, everything's a trade-off, but I do like the summer events. And then we've got our friend James Spranger saying another great show. He's a regular viewer from Wausau, Wisconsin, and he's the brother, I believe, the twin brother of John Spranger Jr.
Oh.
So nice to have family viewing the show like that.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, Rob, any final comments before we wind down the program?
A lot of unique sleds he had this time.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. There's quite a few of them I'd never heard of, never seen before. That's nice.
Yeah, same here.
That's why we come on the show, see what is available out there.
See what's going on. Exactly. Yeah. And I hope that's the draw for everyone that comes here, is to see what we're gonna have on that week. Yeah. And I also have to thank, as you can see here from the menu, we've got an embarrassment of riches with all these images and footage from viewers.
Yes.
So that to me shows that this podcast is really getting some traction, that enough that people are wanting to share things with us. Yeah. And we've got one more comment. Reese Fleury says, excellent show. See you next week. Absolutely. We will look forward to seeing you, Reese, and we'll have some more of your images on the podcast next week. Cool. Any final thoughts, Rob?
No, good show, Mike, and hopefully we'll get some snow in the next few weeks where these other shows can have good turnouts.
Yes, for sure. All right. Well, yes, thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Thank you, Rob. And we'll catch you guys all in 1 week's time.
Great show, Mike.
Thank you.
It was good.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year.
The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees. And it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out. And once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business. I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.